Hey, long time no see. Yeah, that's my fault. I was about to write a script out for Gray Stripe's Promise, but then before I managed to write anything, I got COVID. I wasn't hospitalized, but I came close to it. Had a fever of 103 that stuck around for a few days. But I ended up calling the nurse line and they gave me advice and I managed to recover without the need for the hospital. I have no lasting effects from it either, so I'm blessed by that good fortune. Then my sister had a baby, and the delivery went, well, rather badly. Mother and baby are okay now, and he's about 4 months old. So what was I doing during that time? Well, I switched jobs, so I had to get used to a whole new job and schedule. And then last week I got sick again, this time with the flu. Yay me. I sat down to write the script, and then I realized I had forgotten most of what I read in Gray Stripe's Promise, being as it had been a couple of months. I think about 6. I at least forgot the main talking points. I remember the main plot and the big developments, but I can't really go in depth with the stuff that I do remember, so I need to reread the book before I can do a video on that. So, I decided to use my spreadsheet of warrior characters and a number generator to help me randomly pick a cat to talk about in the meantime. And it picked AcornTail! Now, AcornTail is only mentioned in the Code of the Clans, so not a lot to talk about, but it is the perfect length to come back to the channel with. So without further ado, let's get right into it. AcornTail gets introduced to us in Code of the Clans, being named the new deputy of Wind Clan. He assumes his clan doesn't like Featherstar's choice, thinking they sounded rather flat in their cheering. He especially notes that Morning Cloud had wanted to be deputy. Morning Cloud's apprentice, Quickpaw, openly glares at him, having wanted his mentor to be made deputy instead of AcornTail. AcornTail is left wondering what it was like to have an apprentice, and if all apprentices are as loyal to their mentors as Quickpaw was. His doubts about being deputy are worsened by his first attempt to form a hunting patrol. He first picks a group of cats that had already did the morning hunting patrol and was reminded by them that they have apprentices to train. He then tries to correct his mistake by saying they could do the afternoon patrol, but is quickly shot down by one of the apprentices after they state they love chasing after rabbits after training all day. In a last-ditch effort, he picks Morning Cloud and Quickpaw to do the patrol, hastily adding himself onto the patrol when Morning Cloud asks if it was just going to be the two of them going. AcornTail starts to feel better when he's out hunting, realizing he has the best clan in the forest. After catching a rabbit, he scents ThunderClan by the border and runs to investigate. He sees rabbit fur on one of the apprentices' noses and accuses the patrol of stealing prey. Morning Cloud and Quickpaw run up and tell AcornTail they found a dead rabbit with ThunderClan scent on it. Quickpaw does mention it smelled old though and was likely crow food. AcornTail is still furious with ThunderClan trespassing and orders his patrol to attack. Morning Cloud refuses, insisting she won't put her apprentice in danger over crow food. AcornTail then learns that the rabbit was on ThunderClan's side to begin with, and realizes he was too quick to jump to battle. He later tells Featherstar she picked the wrong cat to be deputy. Featherstar reassures him by pointing out that he didn't know everything about being an apprentice when he was made one, nor did he know everything about being a warrior at first either. She tells him she doesn't expect him to know everything about being a deputy right away. After some discussion, they end up agreeing to let AcornTail mentor Prickлекit, so that he would know what it was like to teach and lead cats, and how to keep them safe. AcornTail promises to try his best, and Featherstar mentions she'll add the deputy having mentored an apprentice as one of the codes at the next gathering. I actually would love to have read more about AcornTail. I want to see what other mistakes he makes. How does he handle a new apprentice and his new duties? Does Quickpaw and Morning Cloud ever get over their grudge? These are questions I'd love answered in a novella maybe, or perhaps just a short story on the website. AcornTail needs some credit for trying to step down as deputy. He clearly didn't want to hold on to the power of it. It'd be interesting to see what kind of deputy he grew into. I bet he did try his best, and I'd imagine he probably grew into a rather effective, understanding deputy. I don't think he'd be a corrupt one due to the fact he tried to step down and didn't feel like he was the right choice. He's not filled with arrogance and his ego is in check. Two good qualities with being in a high-ranking position. He could use a little more confidence, though. Now, being a cat from Code of the Clans, he doesn't have much information. There's not even a description of him, so the art I'm using to depict him is purely a guess and purely from my own imagination. That's all I have on AcornTail. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and happy holidays.